a very sunny day here in the city of Lagos as I welcome you to your best rated automobile and safety TV program, Auto Expert, your guide to safety. It's your very own host, Xpat Ajao. In 2010, over 100,000 children aged 0 to 14 were injured in motor vehicle crash, says an information of a general estimate system. According to National Bureau of Statistics, 106 children died in road accidents in the fourth quarter of 2017. It is very common to see children in the front passenger seat without their seatbelt on. Meanwhile, the person driving them, could be their parents, relatives, or family driver, is trapped in the seatbelt. This slide shows a long way how adults could be very careless about children in a vehicle. A quick video from IIHS shows the difference when a child is trapped in a seatbelt and when a child is not in the occurrence of a road crash. Take a look. There you have it. You see why we need to be safety conscious at all times. Adults prefer to protect themselves from all hazards of the road, but do not think it is necessary to give equal protection to these children. Some parents have the mentality that only children of 1 year and below needs to be strapped carefully to their special car seats when in the vehicle. Then children of 1 year and above are left carelessly jumping around in the vehicle, while their parents, adults, or relatives are strapped carefully in their seatbelt for the fear of road marshals. Very sad, but true. Enjoy more safety content, celebrity interviews, auto guide, travel guide, much more coming your way after this time out. Keep it locked here.
Classical production.
Yo, what's up, people? My name is Tunde Obey, one half of Tunde and Wumi Obey, TWO2.
My love for you is true. Baby, please be my boo. Be my boo. Baby, please be my boo. Be my boo.
Okay, my story is quite interesting because some people have grass to grace stories. My story was more like grace to grass to grace, because I was born into a very popular family. My father was the late Ambassador Emmanuel Obey. We lived most of our lives outside the country, so I had access to a lot of cars growing up. But we lost my dad in 1978 and things took a turn for the worse. We came back to Nigeria and was like, for my mom, starting life all over again because she had never worked. So all that while, going to school, moving around, was always with public transport and all that. I'm sure a lot of people watching this will remember those days when was it Ayo Anima Shaw and myself were competing for who had the cleanest beetle. I think it was mine though. I think my beetle was better than his. There was also Bayo Dusomi, they call him Howie T. He also had a very famous beetle. So we had a Beatles club in those days. That was my first car, 1992. And we used that one for about 4 or 5 years, and you know, things started getting better. You know, we were coming to the industry. First album came out around 98, but we had been doing pretty well over the years, and things started to change. My first car was a Beetle, I can never forget. Well, for me, as you can see, I sit at the back. So what I like is space. For me, it's not about, I mean, as long as the car is comfortable, I don't care what make really, as long as there's space. I'm a pretty big guy, so I like a car that, you know, I can relax the seats. There's always more than enough space to do anything you want to do because there's a lot of traffic in Lagos. And if you're in traffic all the time, you know, Monday to Sunday, really, basically, even Sundays now, places are still choked up. So, well, I mean, when you're moving around and you have to spend like 1 hour, 2-3 hours in the car, you better be comfortable. So, yeah, fridge there, you know, there's a fridge in this car, you know, little things like that. So it makes it comfortable. There's a DVD player. Yeah, little bit home comfort in the car. I always make sure my driver checks the water level, because you never know. Even with a brand new car, the radiator, maybe as you're moving on the road, something can puncture your radiator, you know, like a rock, and you'll just not know that you have a leakage. So you have to check your water level. You have to check the brake. The brake oil is very, very important. Of course, for your engine life, it's best you always pull out the dipstick of the engine oil and check that as well. Traffic laws are very, very important. We obey them. There's no time to obey them. You obey them all the time. Although there are times, you know, because of our kind of job, when you're coming back in the middle of the night, there's really no vehicle on the road and the light is telling you to stop. If it's in a place where you cannot have 100%, you don't see any security patrol vehicle around, and it looks very, very deserted, you might want to slow down, look left and look right, and if there's really no vehicle around, you might want to, you know, beat the traffic light. But sometimes the traffic light in the middle of the night, even the government is aware, so they just leave them on amber. So it just flashes amber, which means when you get to that point, slow down, check around, and move. You know, so most of the time in the middle of the night it's not red. But if it's during the daytime, all the time. I mean, I was once a pedestrian. Pedestrians have rights too. You need to stop and let them cross sometimes. You are rushing somewhere, they are also rushing somewhere, you know, and everybody has the right, you know, to the road. A lot of the time I find that the truck drivers and the commercial vehicle drivers, because of the fact that they're going a long distance, they want to take stimulants to keep them awake. And I think the best stimulant you can take to keep you awake for a long journey is sleep. A lot of people don't realize just how much drugs and alcohol affect the reflexes, especially, you know, when you see something, your response time and how you react to it. So for me, I think that is the #1 cause of most accidents. Well, it depends on what the recommended speed limit is. Most of the time, we always ignore road signs, but they're always there. As you enter most roads, you will see it written either 80, 60, 40, 20. Always be very, very alert to this. Make sure you spot where it's written, what the speed limit is, and keep to it. My name is Tunde Obe. Yeah, you're wondering where the other half is, TWO. Well, she's around somewhere. You manage me for now. Thank you for your support. We love you all. God bless. One love.
From ultralights to helicopters to private planes to corporate jets, there is a different kind of aircraft for every type of flying as well as every size budget. Do you know what documents you need to travel locally or internationally? Do you know how and where to get these documents? Are you in need of visa processing? Watch Travel Guide on Auto Xpat. For times and stations, follow us on Facebook at Auto Xpat Pro, on Instagram at Official Auto Xpat, and on Twitter at Auto Xpat Pro.
Mr. Niger.
MRF Classical Production.
Welcome to Pimp My Ride on Auto Xpat. At Filwa Pimp My Ride, we don't just transform your vehicle to an eye-loving sight. We don't just refurbish it. We also do spraying of cars. We spray your vehicle to any color desired without any iota of dent or filler. It looks and feels brand new. Achieving your desired car is our main priority at Filwa. Today we will be showing you a newly pimped ride, a Honda Civic. It has been transformed into what I like to call a small heaven. With its new fine leather, smooth interior, and outlandish upholstery, it has been sprayed painted into a blue and cream color like it's brand new. It also has been installed DVD and a new dashboard. The newly pimped Honda Civic is a sight to behold. Wait no more. Want to pimp that ride? Call us at Filwa Pimp My Ride on the numbers showing on your screen.
Mr. Niger.
MRF Classical Production.
My name is Ubona Kanu. In the motorcycling scene in Nigeria, I'm known as FD or Photo Daddy. I actually started riding about 10 years ago, but in that period, I've been riding an average of 20 to 30,000 kilometers every year. So I like to think that I ride a lot. For states in Nigeria, I've been to almost all the states on my different bikes, and now I've started going out of Nigeria. In West Africa, I've been to almost all the West African countries except Liberia, Gambia, and Sierra Leone. These are the only 3 countries in West Africa that I haven't been to. Problems that I faced, there were quite a number, from running out of money, losing my wallet with all my cash, there was a particular border. I had left one country, crossing the border to get into the other country and discovering that they were not on the same time zone. And by the time I got to the other country, the border was closed for the day. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere, no man's land. That's what they call the space between the 2 borders. I found that in all these problems, and there were always problems, things you never could have anticipated. I mean, the example of the one I almost ran out of fuel, yeah? By my calculations, I had enough fuel to get to the next town, my target, I had enough petrol. This was not the problem. So I couldn't understand how come I ran out of fuel. Dealing with it, thinking about it, I discovered that on that particular stretch of road, the wind was blowing so much against me that I was consuming so much more fuel than usual for the mileage I was doing. And I realized if I run out of fuel here, I'm going to have a long, long walk ahead of me. And thinking about it, I discovered, you know, since it's wind I'm fighting against, if I find someone to shield me from the wind, I would be able to stretch my fuel. And I got a truck to overtake me, and the moment the truck overtook me, I went behind it, you know, and I was able to stretch the fuel I had to get to the next town. I found keeping an open mind, you know, avoiding to get into a panic, you know, avoiding to succumb to my fears allowed me to think straight. And the moment I started thinking straight, I was able to think of a solution. My name is Obuna Kanu, aka Photo Daddy FD. I rode to Europe and back to Lagos. Keep on watching Auto Xpat, your guide to safety. Don't change the dial.
Everybody walks along the lonely road sometimes. Let me take your hand. I will be a friend, because to me your happiness is just as good as mine, and you will be fine.
Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
Welcome to Auto Insurance on Auto Expert. Are you one of those that gets involved in fights or are quick to show off your taekwondo skills whenever your car is involved in a brush, bash, hit or dent by another driver? Let's talk to the insurance guru, Mr. Alex Anaba, the National Retail Manager, Leadway Assurance Company.
Welcome, Mr. Uchon.
Thank you very much, Alex. It's a pleasure being on.
Very great, very great. Uche, I got a villa from the field, and I was told that for you to drive on Nigerian roads, you need to have a valid driver's license given to you by the approving authority. Another one is that you need to have a certificate of taekwondo or karate, you know, and most importantly, you must have some skills in boxing. So, because if you lack all these skills, there's likelihood you'll be defeated on Nigerian roads. What's your reaction to that?
Definitely, you get to have your insurance, which is key. And when you have insurance, when you have your vehicle insured, that takes off the essence or the need for you to start fighting or displaying your character skills, as you pointed out.
Great insight from you, but let's make it clearer for the benefit of our viewers at home. Are you saying if someone has a third-party motor vehicle insurance, the person need not fight?
Definitely, with your third-party motor insurance, there's no need for a fight. Basically because if I get to hit your car on the road, all I need to do is, oh, come down and apologize. I could probably accept the fact, yes, it was my fault. I could accept that, take a look at it, and then I could, let's have that understanding and this agreement between us. Once I've taken blame for it, knowing fully it's my fault, I just need to help you understand this is my insurance certificate. Let me also have yours. And I could call whoever is my insurance officer. I actually just hit on probably from behind or whatever, and I need to get his car, you know. I need to have something done about his vehicle.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, what is the limit, the benefit therein on this third party that you're talking about for the benefit of the public, so that the insuring public will know that once they have a third party, because I was told that that is the most common motor vehicle insurance in Nigeria. So, what's the benefit for us to stop this hitting on the road? I know I don't have such strength, you know.
If you have a third-party insurance, then you should know that you're covered. You have a a cover for damages on any property at all, third-party properties, up to the tune of 1 million naira.
1 million naira.
So what this means is that should I bash somebody's car, I'm sure that I can have that car repaired for him, up to the tune of 1 million naira.
In a nutshell, if I can just summarize what you said on third party and comprehensive, what you're saying is this, that once you have a third party motor insurance vehicle cover, it covers you to the tune of 1 million. So if I damage someone's vehicle and the cost of repairing that vehicle exceed 1 million naira, I'm going to pay the differential. Yeah, viewers, that is what third party has got to offer you. Very simple. Immediately you have an insurance cover, third party motor insurance cover, and you have an accident on the road, stop the fight. Call your claim officer. And that is what Uche has come to discuss.
Third-party insurance covers up to 1 million naira repair on your vehicle or another vehicle you rammed into. He also added motor trade insurance for auto dealers and auto sales outfit.
Wow, are you a dealer out there? You rather consider taking insurance because your stock in trade is actually your motor vehicles. Should any risk crystallize on it, of course you can rely on an entity, a solid name in the industry, a brand like our company, Leadway Assurance Company. Thank you so much, Uche Onoha, for joining me today on set to discuss this and to make the public, the insuring public, aware of what all these motor insurances are all about.
There you have it. No more wrestling, no more boxing in the event of an accident. You don't have an insurance policy? Too bad. Talk to Leadway Assurance Company today.
This is Auto Xpat, you know, your safety is my safety. My safety is your safety, man. So keep it safe while driving. Don't drink and drive. Don't party in the car and drive. And don't speed. You know what I'm saying? God be with us, man. Save lives.
Stand up, stand up.
Welcome to Auto Guide, where we enlighten you on all you need to know about your vehicle. Mr. Patrick Okonwadia, the host of Auto Watch on radio, enlightens us on what it takes to maintain your vehicle with focus on Range Rover users. Take a look.
This edition we are talking about the Range Rover. Everybody wants to own a Range Rover, but they don't know the nitty-gritty involved in the maintenance. The maintenance is the cheapest. Anybody who tells you it's very expensive to maintain a Range Rover, tell them they don't know what they are saying. To maintain a Range Rover is the cheapest you can ever think of. But the major problem why it's becoming very expensive is because of the ignorance of the owners. Most times we don't use the right oil. We know already that the fuel is not conducive for the vehicle. We use all types of fuel. Which oil do you use on your Range Rover or all other cars that you know you have? We are trying to put in place a structure where all motorists put their car in order. You don't need to spend millions. The oil is not expensive, but sad to say it's not available in the country. So where do you get your oil? How do you get your oil? This car costs 1.5 million to buy the engine. But when you want to sell the car, nobody will buy above 2 million from you because they are afraid of the expenses. But what is making the engine to fail? This engine is built to last 200, 500,000 miles. It can go. That's why you guys need to know why should I use the right oil for my car. The car still specifies 5W30. It says use Castro. Any other one is not okay. This engine has an issue because it was poorly maintained and you have to pay a lot. Whenever anything is poorly maintained, to put it right back into shape is money. The car uses suspension, air suspension. I've seen a lot of people that changes their air suspension to spring. That's the end of the car. If you are planning on doing that, don't ever bother. Maintaining your air suspension is as easy as anything. Once you use good battery, the suspension is the beauty of a Range Rover. Basic things is the transmission, the suspension, and the engine. Fortunately for me, Auto Xpat, Auto Watch, we are here to put it right.
He stated that, contrary to the opinion that it is expensive to maintain a Range Rover, it is really cheap as long as you use the right oil and fuel and overall maintenance. He further added that poor maintenance leads to expensive repairs, stating that a Range Rover that comes with an air suspension should not be switched with a spring. The end result will always be bad. He suggested that anyone battling with this switching can bring their vehicle for proper reset. He showed another bus that has gotten damaged due to usage of wrong oil and no air filter.
This is the engine oil coming out from this bus. As common as we think, the highest everybody is buying, the newer one is 18 million or 20 million. You now see an engine oil like this. The people don't care. They just believe it's anyhow oil. It is not. It is stated, use 5W30. It needs synthetic. It does not need this mineral oil. Just ensure that you are using the manufacturer's recommended engine oil and other things. Like this car does not have air filter and they are complaining of fuel consumption. How can it not be when there's no air filter?
In conclusion, the lifespan of a proper working vehicle is dependent on good maintenance. Having any problems with your vehicle? Call us on the numbers showing on your screen. We are at your service. Do not forget to tune in to Radio 1 101.3 on Tuesday 3 p.m. for Auto Watch. You will be glad you did. Are you having problems with your car? Engines, brakes, suspension, and the likes? Are you thinking of getting yourself a brand new vehicle or fairly used? And then you are thinking like an Uncle Thomas, wondering, many more, because you don't know the type of vehicle you need. Do not worry, just put a call through to us on the numbers showing on your screen. We are at your service. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Auto Xpat, your guide to safety. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Auto Xpat Pro. You can also like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter at Auto Xpat Pro. You can also follow us on Instagram at Official Auto Xpat. It's still your very own host, Latifat Ajao. Keep watching Auto Xpat, it's your guide to safety. And remember, never ever give safety a day off. Have an amazing day ahead. Signing out.